got to give you a job. God going to give you a job, but you got to wait. You got to wait. We can't have confidence in other jobs. Well, I can take on anything because, I got this much money in the bank. And as Brother Thompson sometimes says, you may have that much money in the bank and you may run out a month before you run out of money. So don't get confident just because you got some money. Just because you got a little money, that can be gone in a heartbeat. Let something happen. Let a tire blow out and the axle break. You might not have that much money. Let somebody let a match fall on some carpet. You ain't got that much money. Because now your money is turned into a different, the money you had and the plan you had for that money has a different direction now. So not only are you trying to fight the insurance company for some money, because they say, the fire is your fault. Well, that's another story. But not only are you trying to fight them for the money, now you got to put money towards the house, but now the money you were saving up was for something else you needed. But your confidence is in your money. Misdirected confidence. Goliath Syndrome. Take, for example, a young man. And I went through this. We go through this thing where it's about time we challenge our dads. And I challenged my dad in a game of basketball. Now, y'all seen my dad. Y'all met my dad. My dad has had a lot of knee surgeries. Okay? Now, he can't move that quickly. So I'm looking at my dad and saying, Dad, let's play a game of basketball. And I'm about 15, 16. I'm like, I'm quick. I can jump higher than him. Well, he can't jump at all, so much higher is not really an accomplishment. So I'm saying I'm quicker than him. I'm faster than him. So I can beat him. I can beat him. He tore me up. He told me up because the thing I forgot about was not that I was confident in the things of my speed, my agility, things like that. But what I should have been cognizant of was the fact that my daddy knew how to play the game. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I knew how to run fast. My dad knew how to play basketball. Sometimes we have to realize that God's been here a long time. I told you he's been here since before the beginning. God knows how this world works. Why? Because he put it together to work this way. So before we start telling God what we're going to do because of what we have and what we have accomplished, remember that those things came from God. Those abilities came from God. And there's no way that you can do something without God when God is the one that's provided the abilities that you have. Now, we're confident in money, and God is the one that gave us the money. That's like Jason a few years from now telling me I got my own money. You got no own money. But you living in my house. You ain't got no own money. You can buy a skirt and a pair of shoes. You ain't got nothing. So when you get homeless, get up under them shoes. But the confidence, we got to have the confidence directed in the right direction. Let me give you another example. And this is one of the backgrounds to this lesson. Ryan and I, when we first moved to Austin, we made a plan. And this is good, and you want to make plans. So we planned to buy us a house. We said we're going to buy us a house in a year. And so, Ryan was working, I was working, Lord was blessing us, and we could look in the bank account and smile. We pull up Bank of America online, and it looked good. And so we can buy a house. We got it. We got it. We got it. We can buy wherever you want to put a piece of property, we'll buy it. We wasn't that confident, but you understand, within our limits, we were saying, we got the money, let's go do it. Well, we forgot, I believe, now Ryan may have kept God with him, but I was real confident. I had it. I was going to buy this house. And I forgot that God was in control of everything. I saw Bank of America in control of everything. But God controlled Bank of America. So now, what happened was this. Ryan called me at work on my lunch break, and she said, I'm pregnant. Now, y'all got to understand the math here. Let's do a little math. 2 people, 2 incomes, 2 miles. Now, Ryan and I had decided that Ryan was going to stay at home for a while once we had children. So now when we do that, there's 3 miles, 1 income. But I got a house to buy in a year. And Jason couldn't walk, talk, do nothing, but she sucked a lot of money out of my check. I'm just being honest, and I looked at Bank of America, and it didn't look that good anymore. But I had to realize, when I finally realized who was in control of everything, When I finally took it out of my hands and gave it to God, I realized that God was going to provide as long as I kept sticking with him. Okay, as long as I stuck with him and gave him the problem, when I started to cast my cares upon him, then we were able to purchase a house, a nice house, below the price range. God, not only did God bless us with a home, he blessed us with a home that I could really afford. Now that's a blessing, but that blessing came on the fact that I gave it to God. I didn't look at Bank of America anymore. I looked at God, who was the ultimate loan. And the Lord opened many doors and allowed us to be able to purchase the home, but I had to understand that it wasn't me. And God had to show me that the money ain't coming from you. I'm going to work this out, because he took away an income and added a mouth. And he said, let me show you who's the real boss around here. And so I said, Charles, you know what? You suffering from Goliath Syndrome, because you look into yourself, you look into what you have and what you have accomplished, and not looking to the one who provided those things that you have and those things that you have accomplished. Now let's look at something. Now I got y'all scared about this disease. Everybody running around, I'm gonna die. I got Goliath Syndrome. There is hope. Not only is there prevention, because sometimes we're not sick. When you're not sick, you just go prevention. You get your checkup and your physical. Well, we're going to go through preventions and cures real quick, if you don't mind. Going back to 1 Samuel 17, verses 44. Now, they're having this conversation, and the Philistine says, David, going back to verse 43, he says, am I a dog? Am I a dog? Because you come to me with a stick, you're going to throw a stick, I'm going to chase it. Am I a dog? And David cursed, and the Philistine cursed David by his gods. And the Philistine said to David, come to me, and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air and to the beasts of the field. Now, why did he say that? Remember verse 42? He looked at David, saw that he was small, and said, oh, I can whip him. When they send a man that I can fight, you remember, this happened when I was in high school. There used to be this thing you had with somebody you knew you could whoop. Well, that was usually me. But you have somebody else that you knew you could whoop, and they come to you and they want to pick at you, and you tell somebody smaller than you, hey man, handle my lightweight. That's what Goliath's attitude is. You gonna send that? I said I want to fight, and you send him, and he got a stick in a bag. What is he gonna do to me? So now, what is our prevention? Verse 45. Then David said unto the Philistine, thou comest to me with a sword and a spear, and with a shield. Now watch this. David's talking trash. That's what this is. David's talking trash. And he said, you talk about me because I come to you with a stick. You came to me with a sword. Now how strong are you? You 9'9", and you got to have a sword to whoop me. And I'm little. That's what you have to have. And he says, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. He said, this ain't about me. I'm not fighting this because of me. I'm out here because of the Lord. And I come to you in God's name. I didn't come to you in my name. This ain't about bringing glory to David. This ain't about bringing glory to Saul. This is about bringing glory to God, because you have called out God. And when you call out God, my Father, I got to go represent for my Father. Just like we don't like you ain't like nobody saying, what was it, your mama? Oh man, people be ready to fight at a drop of a hat. Why don't we act like that with God? Why don't we act like that with God? People talk about our God, your daddy. No, not my daddy. You don't talk about my daddy like that. But he said, I come to you in the name of the Lord. This ain't about me. 46, this day the Lord will deliver thee into my hand. Now, who has the power? Where is his confidence? In God. In God. It's not in him. He says, in the Lord will deliver you. And I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air and to the wild beasts. Verse 47 is so key here. And all this assembly shall know that the Lord saveth not with the sword or the spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hands. That's key right there. For the battle is the Lord's. the battle is the Lord's. Now, one